let's talk about the new Child Care Center. Katie, I know this has been a big project of yours during your time as chair. So we approved a new Child Care Center specifically along Lee Highway.
Absolutely. So the issue of the need for more affordable and more childcare at all price points in Arlington County, as you mentioned, has been a great area of passion for me. On Tuesday, the board will be hearing our draft implementation plan for the Child Care initiative, which I'm thrilled about. And this is a great example of a major child care center and the potential and its capacity to add, or in this case, protect a significant number of slots for kids infant to 4 and 5. So 235 kids at the children's school. This is an exciting project from a planning perspective as well. It was a use permit that the board was hearing, so the actual use permit to operate the child care facility, but it's also a brand new building being built custom for the children's school. Because it was by right, that means they don't have to come in through a lengthy site plan process. The children's school didn't have to engage as extensively with the community as they might have traditionally done in a site plan, but they did a lot of that anyway, which really is a credit to them. They met with the neighborhood group, with the Lee Highway Alliance, which is a civic organization that runs up and down the length of the corridor, thought about pickup, drop-off planning, ensuring that it'll be truly integrated into the neighborhood and into Lee Highway. So it's a great win for Lee Highway, and it is a wonderful thing for the families who use the children's school, which are, by and large, APS staff. So this is available to teachers, to staff of APS, for their students, for their little ones prior to being old enough to come into the K-12 system. The only other piece about the program that I think is so exciting is that for a long time, actually I think since its founding in 1987, the children's school has partnered with something called Integration Station, which serves little ones with disabilities. The model is very much integrate those sort of developmentally typical children and the children with the disabilities. I have heard from so many parents, and I'm sure Libby can tell some stories too, not only of those kids with the disabilities, but of the children in the sort of mainstream program, that having those opportunities for integration is good for everyone. And so I think I'm thrilled to see that these programs could stay together. The children's school, which was located for a long time at Reed, which is being recommissioned as a neighborhood school, has been looking for a new home for I think about 2 years now. They've temporarily been in the Fairmont office building in Ballston. So to see them move to a custom-built, purpose-built home where they'll be, we hope, for another 30 years is really an exciting thing.
Yeah, and people got a little confused because I think it's been in the Reed School and it's called the Children's School, and it has it's not part of, it's not a government, it's a private school that serves a lot of folks, employees, and it's really an important amenity for our employees. And the integration station one, I mean, when I was on the school board, it got so every time they would come to talk to us about their programs, I would make sure I had some Kleenexes because the stories would just, they were just amazing. I will never forget about one child who the doctors had said this child would never walk. And the children's school, working with seeing his peers or whatever, he runs. I mean, we had several of these stories, and it's just like, oh my. So it's a wonderful program. It now has a good, solid home. They felt a little homeless for trying to figure out where they were going to go. So I'm just really delighted it's here. And, and Katie, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more, I guess maybe next month, about the child care initiative that you're doing, because I think it's really exciting. It's so needed. I will just say, watching my children struggle with their child care and what they need to do, and I realized, oh my heavens, it hasn't gotten any better since I was raising children. This is crazy.
A lot of my coworkers have small, toddler
yes,
and it's possibly so worse. Needed. There's some interesting data that's come out that actually shows, we know this region, the DC region, is one of the most expensive places to have children in childcare. There's some recent data that suggests Arlington is the most expensive. Wow. More even than the district, which I think surprises some folks. So the right time to have done this dedicated countywide strategy about childcare accessibility and affordability was probably about 10 years ago, but maybe the 20. Second best time is now. So we're really looking forward to it, and we'll have a lot to report about what the board accepts and approves of that plan and some of the next steps that the community can be looking to see.
It's really needed.
All right, that will be very exciting to hear about in the coming months.